This is my mama's pork green chili. She didn't cook a lot growing up, but this is one of her dishes, and I loved it. So I've got some pork chops here. These are boneless. You can use bone-in or you can use pork loin. And I'm trying to take off the fat and the silver skin. So I've got a smaller knife and I'm kind of angling up as I run it along. There's fat on the outside, but there's some tougher connective silver skin on the inside. Get that off any way you can. And then these are thick chops. So I'm gonna half them and then dice them. So like I said, you could use the loin, you can use the bone in, that gives a little bit more flavor. You can also chunk up large chunks of pork shoulder for a really thick and rich stew as well. I'm just gonna salt these. I'm not gonna pepper them because there's a lot of flavor in this stew. Set that aside, and I've got this jalapeno. And if you don't never know if they're spicy or not, but if you're sensitive to heat, wear gloves. But you take out you run like a quarter teaspoon up it. You get out the white membrane and the seeds; those are the hottest. Dice it up, and you can use a little bit of the jalapeno. You can use a lot, depending on what you like. I got a stock pot here, and add some oil and it's already at medium-high heat. Add in the onions and the pork, and then cook that for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring it occasionally. And you're not trying to sear the pork here; you're just trying to get it cooked a little bit with the onions translucent. Make a little divot. Also, add some more olive oil if you feel like it's dry. Make a little divot in it. Add in the garlic, and there's enough oil and water released from the onions to allow that to cook in, and you're going to let that cook for 1 to 2 minutes or until it's fragrant. I already added in the jalapenos and the oregano at that point too, and you can stir that all around. Do that before you add the liquid. So then add the green chilies, add the tomatoes and the broth, bring it to a boil and simmer covered for about 30 minutes. I've got cornstarch here, and this is 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. It probably needs about 1.5 tablespoons of water, maybe a little bit more, but you're looking for a consistency, and that's going to be cold water, a consistency of like Elmer glue paste. And then you slowly add it, and that's cold water, but you have to add it to boiling water. And that's just like a clumping issue thing, and get all the cornstarch out and mix it around. You can see immediately that it shifts color. It gets a little bit lighter. It starts to thicken. So that was boiling. You can't see it anymore because I'm stirring it. But I'm just going to remove it from heat and allow it to thicken a little bit more. You can add a little more cornstarch if you like, but make sure to mix it in that water slurry so it's like gluey. I got a flour tortilla, and I've got a pan with no oil or anything, and I'm just warming it up. You can warm it up until it's crisp and brown or just until it's pliable. And here's the finished product. I love this stew, and you can put cheese on it, your favorite cheese, radishes, sour cream, cilantro. This stew will thicken as it sits, and it will be even thicker the next day. I've seen another video where I poach an egg in it, and it's amazing. You can find this recipe at eatsimplefood.com.